You saw the title. Deadpool and Wolverine is said to be hitting $1 billion before it even hits Saturday afternoon, meaning that by the end of the weekend, estimates are saying $1.1 billion. So yeah, it definitely looks like this thing is going to be quite unstoppable for a number of weeks ahead. I would be really nervous right now if I was the Borderlands film, which honestly, it's not looking too good for it this weekend because, I mean, we're going to talk about box office predictions for the third weekend of Deadpool and Wolverine and where other films are estimated to land, but things are definitely not looking good, especially with the fact that day after day, we keep getting updates on what's going on with Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's overperforming every single day compared to projections from weeks ago, but also the daily projections that people had ahead of that specific day. So it's not that surprising that analysts are now saying 1 billion by the time Saturday is all over. But it could also be ahead of that because, again, they got to confirm numbers, and over the weekend, number of confirmations come in a little late than normal because, well, actual studios aren't operating. So we got to depend on independent numbers and tracking and per what these people get from studios and who they have connections to. But I think it's pretty safe to say it's going to happen. And I think right now, the goalpost has to be moved pretty far out. I would say most people are probably going to say 1.2 at this point, if not a little higher, just because of how it's doing. And again, there's a couple other factors that we do got to account for because there is a number of big films coming out in the next couple weeks, but whether or not those films can make a significant dent, that's the thing, right? Like, does the upcoming Borderlands release impact this film in a huge way? I don't know. I personally don't know. It could. It might not. Like, who really knows? Is there enough chance that Borderlands ends up being the latest Joker and Deadpool, where going into it, people were like, oh, that thing's probably going to do all right, and then it does 8 times all right predictions, you know? You guys get what I'm saying? Like, you just never know. It happens. That's how this works. And to me, the bigger factor here, and this is just me again, so maybe I'm just on this island alone, but I don't think we should keep moving the goalpost further and further, being like, if it doesn't hit 1.5, it's a failure. Guys, you were saying it can't even hit $1 billion, but it's going to be a victory and break even at like 650. So if it passes that and then passes every other goalpost you moved it to, if it doesn't hit 1.5, which nobody thought was going to even pass $1 billion, it can't be considered a failure. You can't just move the goalpost further and further, you know? Like, I don't know. People are kind of crazy. I guess you just got to keep moving it and we'll see what happens. But make no mistake about it. It's hitting $1 billion this weekend easily. And we'll see where it ends up in a couple weeks.